Just did some shopping on the side of the road here. Oh no. Okay, this is a bunch of strawberries. This is gonna get serious. I should have went through the other side of the truck to start with. That dude Cody on the side of the road selling mangoes, fruits, all sorts of stuff from around here. He goes and visits all sorts of guys that grow them. Oh yeah, I got a mess. Oh yeah, for sure. All right, I'll be back. We're gonna try a second clip here. Situated. So he picks up produce from all around here, local area. This is where I'm like 10 miles away, 15 miles away from the other exit point that we came out of today, which is where the Homestead of Land Remembered is written about, and they've got we'll find out what they have back there. But anyway, this area is just very interesting to me. There's lots that are for sale, and most of it looks like this, very, very rural. Obviously some level of development happening here, but lots of homesteads. Like this area, I think it's going to be chock full of 5-acre homestead and recreational attraction stuff, which is good and bad because it's like so majestic that you want the desolate. It's just there's space out here, like lots and lots of space. Which I imagine, like with this highway running through and stuff, at some point in time, I mean, there's a Dollar General like directly behind me, right around there. So it's like that's kind of happening or gonna happen, but a lot of this is just beautiful the way it is. Like there's a 721 acre farm for sale across from this park. I'm gonna take a look at it, see what it's priced at, do a video on it. And I've been pitching Kurt. He's like, yeah, dude, definitely. But I pitch him every morning. I'm like, this is what I should do. He's like, yeah. I just have to figure out like when I'm gonna do it. But I want to do an NFT where I can equity raise and land buy. So I can just land buy, figure out cash flows. Mason, Mr. Okeechobee. Here's the truck that got jacked. This will be interesting. See if they've got the trailer or not going on it. Comes the Yoda. The Yoda always rolls. Freaking love the Toyota. Yeah, he's playing. Oh, and that trailer's up in there. He'll figure it out, I guess. He's gonna make it. Those dudes are out. But this area is beautiful. And the Land Remembered book is worth reading. I'm gonna link to it. Do an Amazon link if you guys just get that book. It's a book that I get and I give out. And if you have any interest in Florida, there's just a lot going right in this direction. The stories there, the old Florida's like in this area. It's hard for me to describe, but you have to read the book. It's just like you have to read the book and then understand like what this is. And my instinct is like, as a speculation, I just think that this is just definitely investing in what I know. And so I want to figure out how to, like the campground we stayed at last night, we paddled into, was a $10 a person place. Great facilities, could be better, but like awesome that it's there, that it exists. I only see that getting more and more, which would make paddling it more and more, so there'd be more traffic, there'd be more airboats, there'd be more restaurants, there's gonna be more all that stuff. But it's also across, like where this farm is that I want to go look at, is the 721 acre. It happens to be right about the highest point in Florida. It's covered by lakes, but it's also the highest point in Florida. They're like old dunes. And if Florida were to ever flood completely, like ice caps were to completely flood, it would be the island property. So I'm like, probably owning all the highland in Florida makes a lot of sense, but also down by the lake and any of these, like the fishing cabin we went by, all of these type of things where you could have people come and tour it, come and visit it, come and spend time in it, and have access to it, but yet preserve it, where you can keep the look of how it is and not, it's going to develop to a certain point, but you don't want this happening everywhere, because you want to have like this old Florida feel to it as it develops. Anyway, let's go check this place out. This is a piece of land that I'm definitely interested in. This is a strategic piece because it runs basically right in front of the park. So it'd be like the most amount of land you can get as close to the original homestead. 1876, baby. 100 years later. Epic. This is cool. So this is the time right after the last American Civil War. The most recent one to date. This is January 28th, 2024. So I'm referring to the 1800s Civil War. Really a war of failed secession. Or a northern aggression. All right, this is the first infrastructure I've seen. Pretty sweet. You've got the lake right back there. So this must be like a corral. Oh, there are cows back here. Oh, interesting. All right, sweet. Let's check out more of this like infrastructure that they have here. It's Cracker Cabin. Form of land clearing back then. You just put the cow like around it, and at some point in time, like it's just, yeah, they've been just ripping everything up here, keeping it dry. Not quite mobile fences, but not terribly immobile. So if you look at this infrastructure that they had built, like regenerative agriculture, it's happened. It was the way of the past. It's like how we got our nutrients. But like it's never really happened. Like during this time, chainsaws didn't even exist. Like what we could do now, just being like once we get rid of monoculture, like or like just compete with it like in a heavy kind of way. Like it's definitely an old idea. This might be the cabin. This might be it. Like the truck bed's still a thing. Just made it a little bit, basically the same thing. 6-8 foot. A little bit narrower. Makes sense for trees. Yo, I'm about this. I'm about this ride. I'm thinking electric with like a sail kite. Sail kite assist, electric batteries, some solar panels. Change out the wheels and tires. Like I like the design. Just make it modern. Lots of storage. Butt ton of storage on this thing. I'm a big fan. Storage under here, storage in the back. Ride shoddy. Come check this thing out. Oh, there's nothing in here. That's still, come on. Yeah, this is the bed. Can't believe I missed this. This is what the bed ended up being. It's actually not bad. It's a sweet pole barn style. Pole barn is like the most American building there could possibly be. This is basically it. We kind of hijacked the idea from the Native Americans in a way. But it's just like working with the materials you have. It's neat. This is all palm. Not fireproof, but really, really cool. It's like they got hay they're keeping dry there. Must be like for when they do like weekends that this is open. Wonder if that's it. If there's like more here. Like there's gotta be more here. Like corral there, a little pole barn structure. I'm assuming there's like a cabin with like at least like a fireplace or stove or something. So I've approached the end of the trail here. Got to a modern gate. Looks like I have an active road here. I'm assuming that's whoever's taking care of the cattle back here, or whoever's that is. Maybe they're fenced this way, so the cows are clearly owned not on state property, or they're allowing someone to work this area. If this is state, it probably is. Then that's what it should look like, because this is where the cows are. So it's like these oak tree areas with palms around, kind of like oases. in the middle of a green sea, kind of like little islands. And that's, you can imagine how much beef was out here. Don't let the globalists tell you, like, you know, there was global warming in 1876. Before Bill Gates' private jet. It was getting hot because of cows, and they were farting everywhere. That's the proper way to manage it. Here's an area where they clearly aren't grazing. You can see their weeds are coming up. These are all spiky, not useful, covering things. Got a beautiful tree here, clearly older tree. This right here should be grass instead, like in useful land. So as the sunlight hits, it should be taking that ash from the from burns every few decades, and then all the extra cow poop, urine. It's essentially sitting in sand, but there's at least organics getting to it, and so this should be filled with grass. So that way the solar panels will be collecting the light, and there's a whole process that's going on there. Lots of different things going on there, but ultimately energy is coming from there. And it's being captured into the soil. It's taking carbon out of the air and into the soil. The animals then grazing it, and multiple animals are grazing it. Like pigs are grazing it, cattle's grazing it, chickens should be grazing it, etc. There's products that come from all that, and then the end results are that the ground just becomes super rich, and then you just start spreading seeds. You start planting things, avocados, mangoes, citrus. Like in 1876. They weren't really shipping around exotics, and didn't really, I mean, mangoes were here, but you can't really call it a natural tree, but it's a tree that's successful, and it's a tree that feeds people, and it's really good for your body, and it's good for chickens, and it's good for everything. It's pretty, and there should be, like, they should just be here. But because mangoes are, you know, they're propagated in a certain way, there needs to be the human element in a way. It's got to be planned, but anarchy. Everything out here is anarchy, but there's some intelligent things that have occurred here, like the infrastructure moves, the road, and my goodness, look at this tree. It's beautiful. I can see, like, just camping in that, putting a hammock up there, hanging out. Imagine the deer hunting out here, like this. And like the more grassland you have, like deer are basically forest cows. Like, you want to incentivize all those things. So you have deer, pig, cows, buffalo. Check out this cracker store. Suppose that's all. General store is closed for the moment. I think it's just restrooms. It's just restrooms, guys. Maybe there's something else. Just late. Had to bring the homies back. Could have been to the general store. All right, I'm headed back to Sarasota. I got a 2-hour rip ahead of me. So 7:30, be back, hour past dark. Don't at all have the rigs ready to go tomorrow morning, but just guess I'll have the boys get to the shop and be like, yo, let's get the rigs assembled. All right, guys, it's been real. See ya.